So in this customer's house, it's complaining of the second floor being too cold in the winter and too hot in the summer. So during our inspections, we want to look for the air leakage in the attics. One of the first places we want to look for is at the top plates. So here is, right below me here, I know that I have a common wall for the hallway. So I know that there's a top plate on top of there. Now, without having to go any further, I noticed too, along this edge, there's black staining on the fiberglass, which is an indication of our wind washing. So again, what are we going to look for? The areas that are leaking. Here's a perfect indication. So in my inspection, I see I've got black wind washing along this fiberglass, and if I lift this up and pull it back, and again you'll see black here, black down in here, all around in here, and here's my top plate. So there's a bunch of different things we can do when explaining how the top plates leak. This top plate has a very big gap in it, and we could actually drop a coin down here and have the customer listen to the coin drop down the wall cavity and hear it go down. What you can also do is take your insulation ruler, slide it down between the sheetrock and the top plate, and you can see there's a huge gap here. We need to show the top plate, explain the top plate, and actually a day like today, if you put your hand here, so you always hear me say, see, feel, touch. Well, you can see it through the black. If you feel it here, you could actually feel it's warmer here because the warm air from the house is leaking up through the wall. Right? So again, see, feel, and then have the customer touch it. Touch this, feel this gap, feel the heat, feel the air coming through here. Now that I've shown you what to look for in diagnosing your top plates, this is how we want to explain to our customers, our masterful explanation on how it's contributing to their building assembly problems in their home. Okay? So, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, let's review your accomplishments list. And the first thing you had on there was to make your upstairs more comfortable in the wintertime. Let me show you what I found. You're going to be amazed. Do you know what this building assembly here is? This is called your top plate. And when they built your home, the first thing they did is they framed the walls and they stand them up. And what we're looking at is at the top of the walls. So think of the full perimeter, the whole outside walls in your home, okay? And all of the partitions in between, meaning the tops of your bedroom walls, your hallways, your bathrooms, your closets. All of those walls have these top plates. And can you see how this gap in between the wood and the drywall? Yeah. Well, let's pull back. Let's look at this insulation. You notice the black in here? We call that wind washing. And what that means is that's evidence of the air that's leaking up through this wall assembly and up into the attic. Now, once it gets past the drywall, we have to think of it as it's gone, because this is your attic, it's a vented attic, we have to look at it as it's the outdoors. And the black in this insulation is evidence, again, showing how the air leaks through, because insulation doesn't stop the air, it just filters the air. So, can you see how, with all these leaky top plates, would contribute to making it much more difficult and making your upstairs warmer in the winter? That's your tip for today. Practice it, perfect it, and share it with your customers.